write a fraction in its simplest form, what you look for is the highest common factor for the numerator and the denominator, and then you divide both the numerator and the denominator by that highest common factor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the first one here. We've got 24 over 60. Let's look at the number 24. And I know the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, where are we? 8 times 3, 4, 6 fours. 8 times 3 is 24, 2 times 12, and 1 times 24. They're my factors of 24. And for 60, I've got quite a few actually for 60. So 1, 2, 3 goes into that, 4 goes in there, 5, 6, 7 and 8 don't, 9, 10. 5 times 12 is 60, 4 times 13, and 15 I should say, not 13. 3 times 20, 2 times 30, and 1 times 60. Whoa, there's quite a lot there for 60. Now what we're looking for is the highest common factor. So we look along our list and you can see here we've got 12 and 24. There's no 24 here, but there is a 12. So for this particular example, we know that the highest common factor of 24 and 60 is 12. So what that means that we can do is to simplify 24 over 60. We can write out our fraction, and now we're going to divide the top and the bottom by this highest common factor of 12. So we divide the top by 12, the numerator by 12, and the denominator by 12. And what you'll get, 24, there are two 12s in 24, so we have 2 on the top, and 12s, well there are 5 12s in 60. Okay, so we know that the simplest form for 24 over 60 is 2/5. Okay, the other way that you could do this problem, if you're not sure with highest common factor, is you can actually just divide by smaller and smaller, or by numbers until you get smaller and smaller fractions. So first thing I might do is look at this and think, oh, you know, both of these are even, so I'm going to divide them both by 2 and see how we go. So 24 divided in half is 12, 60 divided in half is 30. Oh, these are both still even. I'm going to divide them both by 2 again. So then I'll get 6 on the top, 15 on the bottom. And now at this point I might think, well, actually both of these numbers can be divided by 3 because I know my 3 times table. There are 2 times 3 is 6 and 5 times 3 is 15. And you see you still get the 2/5 either way. In this way, you just have to do a few more divides. Divide by numbers like 2, 3, 5, particularly if you've got even numbers, like these are both even. Divide both the top and the bottom by 2. And that's a nice easy way to get to that simplest form if you have trouble getting your highest common factor. The second one there, we've got B, we've got 12 and 28. And we're actually going to do exactly the same thing here with the 12 and the 28. My factors for 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 3 is 12, 2 times 6 is 12, 1 times 12 is 12, and 28. 1, 2, there aren't as many that go into 28, so 7 fours are 28, and 2 times 14, and 1 times 28. So again, we look for the highest common factor. Remember, common means it's in both lists, and you can see here that the thing that's common is the 4. So what we can do is we can divide the top and the bottom of this fraction by 4. So for B, we've got 3 and 12 28ths. I'm going to divide the top and bottom of the fraction part by 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So 12, I'll write my whole number part. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 28 divided by 4, 7. So this particular example here, 3 and 12 28ths, if I want to write that in what's called simplest form, then the simplest form for that would be 3 and 3/7. You don't have to do anything with the whole number part, just simplify the fraction part by finding the highest common factor, or you could have divided by 2 a couple of times here to get to the same result.